Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to yoga practice. If we haven't practiced together, my name's Ian LeMasters. It's nice to meet you. I appreciate you tuning in. Today's class and a couple classes over the next few weeks, I'm going to be adding in some additional classes to the normal schedule I would teach here, which is my Tuesday night and Saturday morning classes. And so these extra classes that I'm going to be adding in for you guys the next few weeks are going to be kind of special themed classes. Each class will have like a different particular focus. And that being said, this morning's class is going to be a 75-minute Vinyasa class designed to increase a little bit of strength and mobility in shoulders. So we'll still do a full body practice and we'll do a little bit of everything, but know that a lot of the poses in the cueing is going to be mostly focused on kind of upper body, arms, upper back, and then front of chest as well. That being said, let's start off with a minute or two seated meditation and we'll get into today's practice. For today, let's keep it simple and see if you can feel that moment when you first drop in. So feel that moment that you become fully aware of your body, fully aware that there is a body, that you are connected to a body. Becoming fully aware of that moment you drop into the feeling of breath, the feeling of inhale, the feeling of exhale. And notice how there's almost a bright attention that comes out of this moment. As though this particular moment, this particular experience was the embodiment of being ready to begin a practice, ready to start the practice of yoga. And let's rest in this feeling a little while longer, a couple more breaths. Being in the feeling of attention, being in the feeling of being ready to practice. When you're ready, go ahead and exhale all the breath out through the nose. Let's take 3 breaths together. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Two more. Inhale, feel yourself get a little taller. And open the mouth, exhale. Last one, let's hold this one. Inhale. Feel like you could breathe in top, bottom, front, back, side to side. Hold at the top. Seal it in. Tone the pit of the belly. Continue to hold. And open the mouth. Draw the ribs in. Exhale. Come back to a breath in and out through the nose. And as you're ready, let your eyes blink open in space. And let's take the hands down at the front of the mats. And let's come into downward facing dog. Let's start our practice with about 5 to 8 breaths here, about a minute, maybe a little more, a little less. And I don't want you to overly worry about technique now, but continue to have that feeling and that presence of dropping in. Again, noticing the moment you go a little deeper into your body. Noticing the moment you drop a little deeper into your breath. And then alongside those things, also beginning to feel a cadence and rhythm to the breathing. So you're starting to feel how the flow of inhale naturally leads to the release of the exhale and vice versa. Let's do a couple more breaths and then we'll get into our work for today. Maybe beginning to engage a little more through arms and legs, slightly toning hands and feet, and then pushing out of the shoulders as you get a little longer in the spine.
Let's inhale. Come on the balls of the toes. Exhale. Go ahead and come down to the knees. Let's start off today's practice with a couple cat-cows. We'll start off with some upper back strengthening, and then we'll move on from there. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Either way is fine. Grip your fingertips a little bit, and then inhale. Take the shoulders down the back. Lift your chest. Exhale. Dome and round. Push the floor away. 2 more. Inhale. Shoulders back. Heart forward. Just a little pushing into the hands. Exhale, round, chin draws in. 1 more. Inhale, shoulders back, chest forward. Exhale, dome and round. With your next breath, come back to a neutral position. A couple things will warm up in today's practice, starting off with a little bit of upper back strength. I'm going to come onto my right fingertips, and I'm going to take my right arm forward. From here, I'm going to draw my ribs in. I'm going to make a fist with my right hand. I'm going to imagine like there's a little resistance that I'm pulling against here. I'm going to inhale. And then pulling against that pretend resistance, exhale, strongly draw the shoulder down the back, pull with the arm. I'm going to take my right shoulder blade down the back towards my hips a little bit, and then I'm going to draw it in towards the midline a little. Inhale, lengthen out longs. Do that one more time. Exhale, strongly pull down. Shoulder blade moves down and hugs in towards the spine a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, set the hand down. And then let's do that on the other side. Come onto the left fingertips. I'm going to take the arm forward, make a fist. Inhale. Exhale, strongly pull down. Shoulder blade moves down and in towards the spine a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, set the hand down. And let's do that again on both sides. We'll just add in a little bit extra. So now I'm going to step my left foot back. I'm going to come on my right fingertips. I'll take the left leg up, maybe draw my ribs in a little bit. And then right arm's going to come forward. 3 times, I'm going to make a fist. Inhale. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull, hold, breathe in. Exhale, set the hand down, knee down, and let's do a little bit of thread the needle. So inhale, I'll take my arm up, and then exhale, I'm going to take the arm through. Notice how my shoulders are still forward of my knees. So sometimes people will do this pose where their shoulders near the knees, more like child's pose, but you'll get a way less stretch there. So you're about a torso's length forward. And then I'm going to push into my top arm and twist open. And the back of my right arm pushes down to help me twist a little more. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, go ahead and come up. If you'd like, you can open the arm for just a moment. And then set the hand down. Let's do side number 2. Right leg steps back. I'm going to push the floor away, draw my ribs in. Come under the fingertips, the leg comes out. And then I'm going to take that arm out and forward. I'm going to make a fist. Inhale. 3 times. Exhale, draw down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull, hold, inhale. Exhale, set the knee down, and then threaded needle second side. I'll take the arm up, inhale. Exhale, arm comes through, and then same thing. I'm about a torso's length forward, and I kind of push as I twist open a little bit. If you can, really think about breathing into the back of your left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Again, I can open the arm for just a moment. And then I'll take the hands back down to the floor. I'll come to tabletop position. One last thing while we're here before we start to get into some different standing poses, different vinyasa options for today. Reverse tabletop. Take the hands down, take the feet down. You can have the hands facing back if that feels better on your wrists, otherwise facing forward. Inhale, I'm going to draw the elbows in. I'm going to push down with my feet, and I'm going to lift up with the hips. For some of you, and by some of us, I mean almost all of us, this is enough. Otherwise, I could squeeze my arms in a little bit, and then I could push down through the palms to lift up a little bit more. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, hips down, cross your ankles, roll over, plant your hands, and then step to downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, Inhale, go ahead and take your right leg up and back. Just for a moment, exhale, bend the right knee, open the front of your right thigh. Feel the heel pull to the glutes a little bit. And then inhale, straighten the leg off. Look forward and exhale, step the foot between your hands. And let's go ahead and come to a high lunge position. If you want to have the back knee down or bent a little bit, you can. Otherwise, let's push off it and straighten it. And then for this first round, I want you to see if you can take the elbows together. Draw the chin in just a little bit. Push the arms forward, and then we're going to take the arms up, and we're going to keep squeezing the elbows to touch. I like to imagine that I was holding like a little piece of paper between my elbows, and I'm trying not to drop it here. Let's inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back to down dog. Same thing, other side. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the front of the hip. Inhale, straighten the leg off. And then look forward, step the foot through. Same thing, second side. Arms come up. And then exhale, I'm going to take the elbows together. I'm going to try to stay long in the back of the neck, and I'm going to take the arms up as high as they'll go without the elbows separating. Get to the point where they separate a little bit, and then actively squeeze them together. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step back to down dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step the foot through. Take your back knee down. We'll come up to a low lunge. And then this time, I'm going to go for eagle bind. I'm going to start off with the same thing, squeezing together. And then I'm just going to take arm over, hands together, and we'll be here. For this position, I'm going to squeeze my elbows together a little bit. I'll feel my upper back engage. In fact, you can squeeze and unsqueeze a couple times. Notice how that changes the feeling. And then maybe I'll lift the hands up a little bit. Maybe push down with my legs a little more, draw my ribs in, and breathe. Try to be soft in the eyes, soft in the jaw. Let's do an inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and round in. Take an inhale into your upper back. Exhale, go ahead and release. Take your hands down, and then step back to down dog. One more side, and then we'll get into a little more flow. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Back knee down, come up to a low lunge. Same thing, second side. Start by squeezing together, and then left arm comes on top of the right, and the arms lift up. I could feel my front heel push down a little bit, my back shin push down a little bit. And then as I squeeze the elbows together, almost like I was trying to pull my arms apart, I'll lift up a little bit, ribs in, and continue to breathe. Again, I might draw the chin in, get a little longer in the back of my neck. Inhale. Exhale, dome and round. Inhale here. And then exhale, I'll release the arms, hands down to the floor. And I'll step to down dog. Before we move on, let's warm up a couple different vinyasa options for today's practice. Inhale, I'm going to come forward to plank. Exhale to the floor, and I'm going to take locust. Let's take the arms alongside us, palms down. And then inhale, I'm going to reach up. You can have the legs off the floor today if you'd like, but I want you to focus on reaching with the hands so the shoulder blades move down the back. And then take them in towards the spine a little bit. Exhale, relax down. Bend your knees. Come to downward facing dog. 3 more, so 4 total. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. And we're going to take cobra. Hands come back a little bit. Inhale, I'm going to draw the head of my shoulders back, lift up. And then similar to last round, you can engage your legs, but mostly focus on the arms. So elbows draw in a little bit. I pull with the hands to lengthen my chest forward. And shoulder blades feel like they draw down to my hips a little bit. Inhale, long in the back of your neck. Exhale, relax down. Bend your knees, come to down dog. This next round's going to have a couple different parts. We're going to work on some Sphinx, forearm plank, dolphin transition. So inhale, forward. Exhale, down. Come onto your forearms. And then inhale, I'm going to, again, pull back with the arms, lift the chest. My forearms push down a little bit. I might lift my knees. And then exhale, I'm going to tuck my toes, and I'm going to curl off the floor into a forearm plank. Let's do that a couple more times just for getting used to the feeling. So we'll come down, inhale, heart forward for Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. One more and then dolphin pose. Inhale, heart through. Exhale, forearm plank. Now hold this time, inhale. Exhale, walk your feet in, lift your hips up for dolphin. Arms press forward, ribs draw in, and I feel my thigh bones suction up as I drop my chest. Inhale here. Exhale, walk back out, forearm plank. Inhale in forearm plank. Exhale, down to the floor, hands down, and let's come to down dog. Option number 4 for our vinyasas today, just good old-fashioned chaturanga up dog. So I'm going to inhale forward. I could do this with or without my knees on the floor, but exhale, I'm going to lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. I'll lift the knees, I'll draw my shoulders back. And then exhale, I'll come up and back, downward facing dog. From your down dog, when you're ready, inhale, let's look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step or jump, feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take your arms up and overhead, look up. Exhale, take your arms down. Let's start off with a couple sun salutations. We'll do some lunges, and then we'll do some Serie A's, maybe 1 or 2 Serie B's. For our salutations today, I want you to take the arms out a little wider than you normally would. So I know normally for like Urdhva Hastasana or other things, we'll inhale the arms forward and up. We'll still do that, but in our lunges and other standing poses, we might circle, sweep out a little bit wider today. So come to the top of the mat, spread the toes, either arms alongside you or hands at heart center at your chest. And then before we really begin to move, again, drop into that feeling of the present moment, that feeling of being ready to practice. And then once you are fully in that experience, let your eyes blink open. When you're ready, inhale the arms forward and up. Exhale, arms out wide, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, left side high lunge. Back knees lifted. Inhale, I'm going to circle sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands down, step back to down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Look forward, exhale all the way down. Locust pose. Inhale, lift the torso, lift the legs, shoulders reach down and together a little. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot through. Back knees lifted. Inhale, circle sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Push into floor shins, but push into something. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, arms down. Let's do 5 more. Inhale, arms come forward and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, right side lunge. Inhale, circle sweep the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, down. Locust with a bind, interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, lift up, shoulder blades squeeze together, but arms firm apart and lift. Exhale, hands down, either bend the knees or push right up to plank and come to down dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, foot steps through. Back knee lifted. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, arms down. We'll do the next two with cobra pose. Inhale the arms forward and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, right knee lifted. Inhale, arms circle, sweep up. Exhale, hands down, step to plank. Inhale and plank, look forward. Come onto the toes. Exhale to the floor. Hands back a little bit for cobra. Inhale, shoulders draw back, pull the chest through. Exhale, relax down, come to down dog. Option to add on some extra things. Inhale the right leg up. Either stay here or exhale, right knee to right shoulder. Inhale the leg up. Look forward, exhale, step the foot between your hands. Back knee lifted. Inhale, arms go out wide and overhead. Exhale, hands down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms go up and overhead. Reach with your shoulders. Exhale, arms down. We're halfway. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen the heart. Look forward. Exhale, left foot back. Right side lunge. Inhale, arms circle, sweep. Exhale, hands down, step to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, all the way down. Cobra pose. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, low, medium, or maybe even a little bit of a high cobra. Exhale, come down. Come to down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, either stay here or left knee to left shoulder. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, step the foot through. Back knee up. Inhale, arms out wide and overhead. Exhale, hands down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, arms down. Last 2, we'll do Sphinx forearm plank on these. Inhale, arms forward in it. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back. I'm going to take my right knee down this time. You can keep it up if you'd like. Otherwise, inhale, arms go out wide and overhead. Exhale, step to plank. Inhale and plank. Shift forward. Exhale to the floor. Come onto your forearms. We'll do 3 transitions, then dolphin. Inhale, shoulders back, lift the chest. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, dolphin. Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. 1 more, then dolphin. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. Hold forearm plank. Exhale, walk the feet in for dolphin. Inhale here. Exhale, feet come back out, forearm plank. Inhale and forearm plank. Exhale to the floor. Hands down. Come to down dog. Inhale your right leg up. Either stay here or exhale right knee to left shoulder. Inhale the leg up. This time bend the knee. Exhale, open the thigh and hip. Inhale, straighten the leg off. And then exhale, foot steps through. Low lunge. Back knee down. Inhale, arms go out wide and up. Exhale, hands down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, arms down. 1 more. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, arms go up and overhead. Exhale, step to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, down. Same thing 3 times. Inhale, shoulders back, chest forward. Exhale, forearm plank. Sphinx pose, inhale. Forearm plank, exhale. One more time. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. Hold forearm plank, inhale. Exhale, feet walk in, dolphin. Inhale and dolphin. Exhale, forearm plank. Continue to hold, inhale. Exhale, down, hands down, and we'll come to down dog. Inhale your left leg up. Either stay here or exhale, left knee, right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open your hip. Inhale, straighten your leg off. Exhale, foot steps through. That's our last one. Back knee down. Inhale, arms go out wide and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Okay, let's do a couple sun salutation A's, just nice and straightforward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, and let's step to plank. Inhale and plank, look forward. Come under the toes, with or without your knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Let's do a couple breaths in down dog. I want you to see if you can push out of the arms. And then for today, lightly grip your fingertips in down dog. Feel like your triceps wrap down towards the floor a little bit. And then we're going to push the floor away a little more. Keep your ribs in. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. And then exhale, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up, look up. Exhale, arms down. 2 more, and then we'll be done with salutations. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. This time, step to plank and just jump right to chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Same thing. Arms are wrapping up a little bit. So if I look forward, the eye of my elbows, inside of my elbow creases, kind of in line with thumbs, maybe space between thumb and index. Feel like your forearms squeeze together. Feel like your upper arm bones push apart a little bit. And then continue to wrap the triceps down to the floor as you push. Draw the ribs in. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or jump. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, arms down. Last one. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step to plank or jump. Inhale through your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same focus. Notice if you've lost the rhythm of your breath. And if so, see if you can come back to a steady cadence of inhale and a steady cadence of exhale. Let's take a breath together. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth full. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. And then exhale, step or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take your arms up and overhead, look up. Exhale, take your arms down. Let's come to chair pose. So either feet together, feet hips width, totally up to you. But let's bend the knees, and we'll come to chair.
From your chair pose, take the arms together, similar to how we did earlier at the beginning of class. Squeeze the elbows together and see if you can rotate your shoulders until the forearms separate, but the elbows keep touching. Keep dropping your hips back and then lift your arms a little bit higher. Surprisingly challenging. Take an inhale. Exhale, go ahead and fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. And then let's do a little bit of Navasana. I'm going to come on the toes, split the knees. I'm going to take my hips down. And then from this position, I'm going to lift the legs up, spread my toes. I'm going to take the arms up. And then I want you to see if you can spread your fingers today and draw the shoulders back a little bit as your heart moves forward. Let's hold for 5. For 4, maybe your legs are straight. For 3. For 2. For 1. Now exhale, cross the ankles, set the feet on the floor. One of 2 options. Option 1, I want you to see if you can exhale, push down, lift the butt, keep the feet on the floor. Option 2, I want you to see if you can keep the legs off the floor and then push down and lift everything off the floor. Go ahead and do one of those. Inhale. And then exhale, set it down, cross the ankles, plant your hands. And then any vinyasa to down dog. It could be locust, it could be cobra, chaturanga up dog, sphinx forearm plank. And then when you're ready, downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale, go ahead and take your right leg up and back. Exhale, step the right foot forward. And let's come into a little bit of warrior 2. I'm going to spin my back foot down. I'm going to take the arms up. And then we'll come to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. From this position, similar to what we were doing a little bit earlier, I'm going to take the elbows together. I'm going to lift up and squeeze. Maybe I rotate out and separate the arms. I feel my chest lifting. I feel my legs pushing apart. Take an inhale. Exhale, go ahead and take your arms out long, and then let's do a little bit of triangle position. Go ahead and straighten the front leg. If you want to shorten the stance, you can. It's up to you. I'm going to do my back hand at my back hip. Inhale, I'm going to lengthen. And then exhale, either hand to ankle or to a block or floor on the outside of the foot today. I'm going to rotate my top hip in a little bit. And then when I rotate up, my hip doesn't go with me so much. My ribs rotate open. That will let me open my top shoulder a little more. Maybe I can look up. And then at home, if you'd like, extend the arm forward, reach, and then rotate your chest up a little bit. Let's take another inhale. Look down to the floor. Exhale, bend the knee. Step to plank. Inhale and plank, look forward. And then exhale, either vinyasa of your choice or just right back to downward facing dog. If you go right back to down dog, we'll just take an extra inhale, extra exhale. When you're ready, inhale, side number 2. Left leg comes up. And then exhale, foot steps through. Back heel spins down, arms come up. And then one more time, same thing. Arms come together. You might lift them as high as they'll go, and maybe you separate them a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, arms out long, straighten the front leg. You might take your back foot in a little bit closer. Back hand to the back hip, this round lengthen forward. And then again, either hand to ankle, to block or floor. And then I'll see if I can rotate the chest up, ribs in. Maybe I take the arm up, draw that top shoulder blade in towards the spine a little bit and down. And I can either stay here or I'll take the arm forward and I can continue to look up, look down, or maybe I even think about looking forward at my top hand. Take a deep breath in. Look down, exhale, bend the knee, both hands to the floor, step to plank. Inhale and plank. And then either right back to down dog, otherwise exhale, or back bend of choice on your inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Little bit different this time. We're going to move into some extended side angle stuff from Warrior 2. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step the foot forward. Back foot spins down. I'm going to come all the way up for Warrior 2 position. For my warrior two this round, I'm going to do a little bit of extended side angle with a half bind. So I'm going to inhale and lengthen forward. And then exhale for today, either elbow on inside of thigh, otherwise hand to block or floor on outside or inside of leg. I'll let you kind of decide today. And then with my top arm, I can keep it up, I can wrap it forward just like triangle pose, or I can wrap it around. I might grab the inside of my thigh, and then I draw my top shoulder back, maybe rotate up. Breathing here. Think about broad collarbones, front body in, inhale. Look down, exhale, and then I'm going to come to half moon pose. If you come to half moon, you can step the back foot in. If you have that bind, you can just keep the bind the whole time. Top leg lifts up, shoulder draws back. Legs are engaged. The leg I'm standing on, my thigh bone feels like it's suctioning up. And then I can lift my top foot a little higher. Either stay here, those of you at home who are comfortable, clasp the top ankle. We'll kick the leg back and do a little bit of Chapasana. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Let's come to warrior two. From warrior two, I'm going to straighten that front leg. I'll take an inhale. Rotate the toes in. I'm going to take my elbows in, lift my chest, and then exhale. I'm going to fold in over my legs. Inhale, come to a halfway lift. Now exhale, go ahead and walk your hands over towards the back of your mat. I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to hold the outside of my right ankle. From here, I can have the other hand out a little bit more if I like, but I'm going to rotate my heart down towards my shin, and then exhale, I'm going to pull with that hand a little bit. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come back to neutral, and then same thing, other side. Honestly, it doesn't matter which side you're doing first. But again, I might just have the hand out. I might hold the outside of my ankle, rotate the heart down, and then again, pull a little bit. And some of you might get a little lat stretch or a little stretch on the outside of your shoulder. Inhale, lift up. Come back to neutral. Exhale, hands at the hips. Inhale all the way up to standing. From here, let's rotate our front foot forward. Exhale, warrior two. If you'd like a little reverse warrior, inhale, front arm comes up. Exhale, hands down. And then same thing, either vinyasa to down dog, or just right back to down dog. Let's do the second side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, foot steps through. Back heel spins in. Arms come up, warrior two. And then from here, extended side angle. You can set that bind up before the pose even if you'd like. And then come forward and again. Hand finds block or floor, otherwise elbow to thigh. And I'm going to rotate my top shoulder back. I'm going to look up. For me, it feels good today to push my legs apart, but you could also easily squeeze the heels together and continue to breathe. It maybe has been a little while since we checked in, but can you come back to that feeling of dropping into your practice right in this present moment? So each cycle of inhale, each current exhale is a chance to begin again and reestablish your practice. When you're ready, let's look down. You're welcome to get rid of the bind if you'd like. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to step my back foot in. And then I'm going to come forward, half moon pose. I'm trying to show these flows without much use of props if possible. So know that normally I would never do this pose without a block under my hand. Even when I practice at home, I always have a block here. So you could use a block. You could use like a sturdy book if you'd like. Inhale. And then exhale. We'll bend, maybe clasp that ankle. Kick the ankle into the hand. Open your chest. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Let's come down, warrior two. Go ahead and straighten the legs, quarter turn to face the side. You can stay facing this direction. I'm going to rotate around just so you can see me a little better. Interlace the fingers behind you. Draw the elbows in. Inhale, lift the chest, shoulders together, look up. And then with a long throat, exhale, let's fold forward, arms overhead. As the shoulder blades draw in, push the upper arms away from each other. And then notice if all the weight's in your heels. Lean just far forward enough that your quads engage. Inhale.
Exhale, hands to the hips. This time we'll just inhale right back up. Rotate your left foot forward. Exhale, warrior two. Front arm comes up, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands down. And then again, either vinyasa to down dog, or we'll just step right back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, let's drop down to the knees for a moment. Take a little child's pose here, otherwise just a simple seated position. And not long enough to lose the feeling of flow, but just long enough to savor the experiences we've already had. Meditating on the feeling of post-practice, on the residue of practice. When you're ready, let your eyes blink open. Let's take our hands down. Let's come to down dog. Switching gears a little bit. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, come to chair pose, arms come up. From this position today, we're going to do a twist. We're going to do a little bit of extra prep. So I'm going to take my hands forward. And then similar to the very beginning of class, but this time with both arms, exhale, I'm going to pull the shoulders down like there's pretend resistance in my upper back. I'm going to inhale. And then exhale, I'm going to twist and I'm going to rotate to my right. From here, I'll slowly lower, hook the arm. And then hands will come to prayer as a twist. Try to keep that engagement on the back side of the body. Keep the engagement in your core. And my bottom arm firmly pushes down to help me lift my chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, untwist and fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees for chair. Palms face forward, inhale. Exhale, strongly draw shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, twist. And then keep that feeling of twist, keep that feeling of engagement as the arm sets on the leg. And then right at the end, push a little with the arm a little bit. Draw your abdominals in a little. Inhale. Exhale, untwist, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's say anyway back to down dog this time. I'm going to take a crow pose. Those of you at home, welcome to join me. I'm going to come onto the toes, split my knees. Hands down. Elbows have to be in similar to chaturanga to do a good crow. So I'm going to lift up, squeeze my elbows in, and then I tip my elbows over my wrist creases. So the weight's more in my knuckles. And then I can take the feet down, and I can even squeeze the elbows in a little more, and then push into my hands. You might feel that in your upper back. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale, set it down. And then we'll transition back to down dog. When you get there, take an inhale, take an exhale. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and either open your hip or come all the way over. We'll do a little flip dog, hips up, top arm reaches. When you're ready, we'll come back over. I'm going to step the foot through. And then from this position, I'm going to come up to a high lunge. From your high lunge, we're going to get ready to do a little bit of a twist from here in a moment. But before we do, let's do a little bit of either half Gomukhasana or full Gomukhasana. So I'm going to take my left arm up today, hand behind the upper back. And then I'm going to take my right hand to the tricep. This is for half Gomukhasana. I'm going to lightly push my left hand against my upper back. I'm going to pull my right fingertips against my left elbow. And then my left arm is going to resist my fingertips. And from there, I might be able to open the chest a little bit more. I'm looking to feel this in the triceps on my left side. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and release. Take your arms up, breathe in. Exhale, shoulders draw to the height of the, or elbows draw to height of shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. And then keep that rotation as you come over. I'm going to push the arm down a little bit at the end and then draw my ribs in as I lean back a little bit. Maybe look up. Back thighs elevated. I pull back a little with my front heel. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step to plank. Let's all do a vinyasa together this time. We'll do Sphinx, forearm plank, dolphin. Inhale. Exhale, down. Just one full round. Inhale, shoulders down the back for Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale and forearm plank. Exhale, feet in for dolphin. Inhale here. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale in your forearm plank. Exhale to the floor. Hands down. Let's come to down dog. One more side like that, then we'll do one last round, and then we'll get into other stuff. I'm going to take my left leg up, bend the knee, and then open the hip or flip over. Again, I could push down, lift the hips, top arm comes up, I'll inhale. And then exhale, top leg comes through, high lunge. Arms come up and overhead. And then same thing, this time, right hand comes behind the upper back, left fingertips to the elbow. I got to draw my ribs in a little bit. And then as my fingers pull against the elbow and tricep, my tricep resists against my fingers. And then I lift back and open the chest. I could even, if I had a little Jalandhara Bandha practice, I could draw the chin in and then press the back of the head against my forearm. Inhale. Exhale, release. Arms come up, we'll take an in-breath. And then exhale, pull against pretend resistance till the elbows come to shoulder height. Inhale, feel that in your upper back. Exhale, we're going to twist. And then keeping your core and your back involved in this twist, we're going to hook the arm. The arm pushes a little bit at the bottom to lift. And then I lean the heart back, twist open. Front heel could pull back a little bit. Back thigh pulls forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, step to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale to the floor. Let's do locust with a bind. Interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, shoulders draw back, maybe hands lift a little. Exhale, hands down. Downward facing dog. Last round of our standing poses. Inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot through. And go ahead and come to a high lunge. Now, this round's going to be a little bit different than some of the others. So we're going to practice taking our shoulder blades together and apart a couple times, and then we're going to take them apart as we reach for Warrior 3. So I want you to take the arms right out in front of you, ribs in, and then without leaning forward or bending the elbows, inhale, I'm just going to try to squeeze my shoulder blades together. And then exhale, I'm going to reach them apart. 2 more times. Inhale, draw your shoulder blades back. Exhale, reach them forward. 1 more time. Inhale, shoulders back. Now exhale, reach them forward. Keep that feeling. I'm going to lean forward, and then I'm going to drag my back leg in, and I'm going to look forward. If this is rough, you could do hands at heart center, arms alongside you, but otherwise keep reaching. Take an inhale, and then exhale, bend the knee, hands down, and let's do standing forward splits. Top leg goes up, fold over your right leg for a moment. And then inhale, chest up, hands down. Those of you at home, this is a good time to vinyasa, good time for a couple handstand kick-ups if you like handstand. You could head to a wall, hop your foot back a little bit, and for handstand, I do that same push. So that feeling of reaching and taking the shoulder blades away from the spine is the same setup for handstand. I could bend my knee a couple times, practice a couple hop-ups. Those of you comfortable at home, you might be able to balance handstand. If you can in handstand, push the floor away even more. Inhale. And then exhale, however you'd like to get down. We'll come out of it. And then vinyasa, or step to down dog. Last side of our standing poses. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Back knees lifted. Inhale, arms come up. And then 3 times. Exhale, arms forward. Inhale, shoulder blades squeeze together. Exhale, reach. 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, reach. Last one. Inhale, shoulders draw back. Exhale, reach. Keep them reaching. You can lift them up a little bit, lean forward, and then you're welcome to do hands of prayer somewhere else. But if you're reaching, look forward past your thumbs, lift that top leg, plug that right thigh bone in a little bit. Let's hold for 3, for 2, for 1.
and then fold over the leg. Nice work. Top leg lifts up. Engage a little bit on the leg you're standing on. And then inhale, lift your chest. Hands down, hop that foot back a little bit, and then couple kick-ups to handstand. I'm going to talk a little bit about alignment maybe, for those of you who want a little bit extra. When I kick up to handstand, my hands, my wrists, are right under the head of my shoulders. So I'm not wide, I'm not too close. The eye of my elbows rotates a little more in line with my thumbs. So from that setup, I do those two things. I push and take the shoulder blades away from my spine, and that gives me a nice sturdy platform to kick up. And so I don't have to worry about bending my elbows. I don't have to worry about anything else. Those of you who are working on pressing, great way to start to build your strength for presses. And then we'll come back down. Go ahead and come to down dog. And then from your down dog, drop down to your knees for a moment. Excellent work, everybody. We're going to do a little bit of some strengthening stuff. And then after that, we'll do a little more shoulder stretching. We'll get ready for back bends. We'll back bend. And then we'll end class with some less common shoulder stretches that you can take or leave. So I'm going to show this. We're going to do some transitions between plank, forearm plank, dolphin, and maybe chaturanga. You can just do one or two of these, or you can do all four. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in plank. I'm going to draw my ribs and I'm going to push, and then I'm going to bend my elbows a little bit and squeeze them together like I'm holding an invisible yoga block. And then slowly, I'm going to walk back until I come to forearm plank. From here, I'm going to walk the feet in. I'm going to come to dolphin pose. Inhale, I'll look forward, bend my knees, and then exhale, I'll push forward to plank. If you want a little extra, you could add in a chaturanga, and then it starts over. I'm going to do it 3 times. You're welcome to join me. Again, you could just do little pieces of it. You don't have to do all 4 things. If you just held a forearm plank or a regular plank for a minute, that would be good work. When you're ready, we'll come to plank. Elbows squeeze in. Keep your core engaged, and then just slowly walk your feet back until you land in forearm plank. Inhale. Exhale, walk the feet in for dolphin. Inhale and dolphin. Look forward, bend your knees, and then exhale, come forward to plank. If you want to add in a half push-up, chaturanga, you can. And then round number 2. Elbows in. Slowly walk back. Inhale. Exhale, feet walk in for dolphin. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, forward to plank. Option for that chaturanga. And then the last one. Walk back. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Inhale. Exhale. Feet come in. Dolphin. Breathe in. Look forward. Bend the knees. Last one. Come forward. Maybe that half push-up. And then let's drop down. And let's take child's pose. Remember, you can always do seated meditation. Let's come back to that same experience, that same feeling of noticing the moment that you initially drop in. It's easy for us to, trick ourselves into thinking that we need a full 60 minutes of practice, we need a full 30 minutes of meditation for the practice to be effective. But if we can pay attention really even for one full inhale and one full exhale, in that one cycle of breath lies the practice of yoga. If you're still in child's pose, go ahead and on your next exhale, come up. And then from here, we're going to do a couple extra stretches. We'll get ready for back bends and we'll move on. So some of you have done this one with me before, where I've shown it at a variation on the wall. Just to stay in the frame, I'm going to do this on the floor, but if you've done the wall variation with me at home, feel free to find some wall space and do that variation. Otherwise, I'm going to lie down. I'm going to take my arm out to the side. My arm's going to be straight. We're going to do 2 different variations. This first one, I'm going to push the hand down. I'm going to push into my other hand, and then I'm going to twist open. My top leg can be bent. It can be straight. Sometimes it's nice to come here. Really common for people to hold the head up. Sometimes that's due to tension. Sometimes it's due to just not being able to relax. If you can, drop it down
And then you might even twist open a little bit more. Now inhale. Exhale, come back to center. This is where we start to get to the good stuff. So that was probably more shoulder and arm. We're going to change it now and make it more of a pec stretch. I'm going to take my arm up at a diagonal. For some people, the arm straight will do the trick. If you're a little more flexible, you might have to bend the elbow, but that diagonal angle is the key. And then I'm going to twist back open. And when you come into this, it should feel more like a pec and chest stretch and less like a shoulder and arm stretch. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Let's do side number 2. Arm comes out. Again, it starts out straight. And then when you're ready, you'll roll over. You'll do the second side. Super common for one side to be way tighter than the other. So if it is, notice it, observe it, but don't really give it much more energy than that. Don't focus on it. And then come out of it. And then again, arm's going to come up a little more at that diagonal. Maybe you have a little bend in the elbow. Maybe it's straight. If one doesn't work for you, try the other. And then twist back open. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. Push into your hands. Come to tabletop. One more stretch and then back bend prop. This next one has a couple steps and you have to do them in a particular order. So listen and watch closely, but I'm going to do my best to, make sure this is digestible. So this is going to be a stretch for some of the smaller muscles out here. You'll feel it maybe like in your lats and some other places too, but some of your rotator cuff muscles on the outside of your shoulder blade, you can get a good stretch here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand forward and I'm going to walk it out on my fingertips. I'm going to take my other hand out to the side and then I'm going to drop my chest low. As I do this, I'm going to look at my right hand, the arm that's out straight, and I'm going to rotate my shoulder till the palm faces up, like the top arm of extended side angle. Then I'm going to take the ear to my bicep, look at my other hand, my left hand, and then I'm going to push into my left hand and twist open as I drop down a little more through that right side. And you should feel this on the outside of your right shoulder and upper, like right side body. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let's do the other side. Fingertips walk forward. And then again, I'll show it from a different angle this time. Walk forward, drop down. You rotate that arm open with the ear to the bicep, and then I push and I twist open. The twist up and the lean back is where you really start to get into it. So if you notice, my right shoulder is almost totally stacked over my left. And then when you're ready, come back. Nice work. Let's come to down dog. If you wanted one more vinyasa, you could. Otherwise, just some nice, simple hip stretching for back bends. We haven't done really any hip or quad stretching yet. I'm going to step my right foot forward. I'm going to take my left knee down. And then a couple breaths here. You can have your arms straight. You can be down on your forearms. Totally up to you. Something you might notice about my shoulders here is that even though I'm focused on my hips, I'm not just like relaxing into my upper back. So it still feels like forearm plank in my upper body. When you're ready, either stay here or bend the back knee, clasp the back ankle. You can be on left forearm or left hand or block. And for today, we're pulling with that top arm. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and release. Let's take the hands down. From here, we'll just step back to down dog. We'll do the other side, then we'll move on. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, left foot steps to the outside of the hand. Back knee down or lifted, whatever you did on the other side. And then again, we'll continue to breathe. Back of the neck's long. You still feel support in the shoulders. And then maybe back knee down again. Bend the back knee, clasp your back ankle. Twisting open and you're breathing. Inhale. Exhale, release. Step back to down dog. From your down dog today, I feel like we've done, plenty of good shoulder stuff. So we'll stick with supine back bends. We've already done some good work. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump. Go ahead and lie down on your backs. If you have a block or a prop at home and you want to use it for a restorative bridge, you could. Otherwise, we'll do regular bridge. On an inhale, we'll firm down, lift up, arms in. And you can either stay here and push down through the triceps or interlace the fingers, draw them in and lift. Feel like you're breathing into the heart. Feel like the chin's lifting away from the chest. Those of you at home who are looking for good makeshift props, I've seen a trend of people at home right now who've been using the old hard copy Harry Potter books for yoga blocks because they're super sturdy. So maybe you have a couple stashed somewhere. Otherwise, inhale, let's lift our heels. Exhale, go ahead and roll down. Take a breath to rest. And then let's do 2 more back bends. You're welcome to do the same things. I'm going to show bridge this next round. And then maybe last round I'll show Viparita Dandasana, which you don't have to do, but is a kind of more complete back bend for the upper back and the shoulders than regular Dhanurasana or wheel poses. So I'm going to take the hands over. Let's say that I don't go right up, but I take my head on the floor first. I'm still going to draw my chin in, look at my hips, lift my heels. I'm going to exhale the breath out. I might even round the lower back a little bit. And then on an inhale, I'll push through the arms, crown of the head comes down, still about 90% of the weight in my arms. And then I'm going to push down, I'm going to come up. Heels can be lifted if this is wonky on your low back. Otherwise, I'm going to ground them, I'm going to push. And then for today, I'm going to push out of the arms, and I'm going to feel my lower traps pull down. So my mid-back muscles actually engage and pull down a little bit. Inhale, lift the heels, exhale, tuck the chin, and come down. You can take a moment, just breathe here. One last round of back bend. Again, this last round, I'm going to show Viparita Dandasana, which is wheel pose on your forearms, basically. This is a deeper back bend, so don't feel like you have to do this one, but you're welcome to watch. You're welcome to give it a try. Maybe I'll even show a nice modification you can do at home if you have a wall. So, I'm going to draw the chin in. Come up on an inhale. And then I set the head down in line with my index knuckle, so it's not far back. Then I take the arms back. And from here, I'm going to firm down through the arms and lift up. Maybe I even walk the feet in a little closer and I push. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're in Viparita, don't just roll out of it. Set the head down, hands plant back down. You'll push back up. And then you'll come down and you'll roll out of the pose. Take a couple breaths. And relax here. Those of you at home who want to see a little trick for Viparita, I'll just kind of give you a visual and maybe you can, figure this out on your own later or do it with somebody else. But sometimes it's hard to get your elbows down on the floor. So a really nice adjustment for Viparita is I could roll my mat up. I could take my mat to a wall. And then let's say there's a wall right behind here. I'll use the block to pretend that this is the wall. If my elbows don't touch the floor when I do Viparita Dandasana, I just get really close. I come up, I make sure that the head sets down, and then I use the mat to push my elbows down. And then the pushing my elbows down on the mat means my shoulders don't have to be quite so open to do the pose. And so that can be a really good way for those of you at home who don't feel like you can quite get into that pose to prop that one up and give it a try. When you're done, I feel like we're pretty good on back bends. Let's go ahead and lie down on our backs for just a moment.
Close your eyes and focus on the breath moving down the length of your spine. Even here, there's still that feeling and that presence of dropping in. For us as yoga practitioners who, are also conscious bodies in a society that has a lot of different layers, a lot of different aspects, a lot of different scenarios and mindsets that we need for all those scenarios, it's really good news for us that the practice of yoga can begin anytime we notice that feeling of dropping in and becoming attentive. So, in the same way that yoga lies in one breath, coming into that mindfulness practice is often the practice of beginning again. So we can always drop back in and start to walk again on a more attentive and more mindful path. If you've been on your back for a while, let your knees rock a little bit from side to side. From this position, let's come back to neutral for just a moment. I'm going to set my left foot on the floor. I'm going to take my right leg in, and we're either going to do peace fingers to big toe on the right side, or I'm just going to interlace hands behind the belly of my thigh. If possible, I'd like you to try to do this without really rounding your low back today. So let this be more like you're keeping the natural arch of your lower back. And so this feels almost like it's more a resetting pose for the low back than it feels like a hamstring stretch. Some of you will be lucky, and it'll be both. Inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and bend the knees, set the foot down. Let's do side number 2. I'm going to interlace the hands. Again, those of you at home with props or other things, you have options. Otherwise, I'm going to pull a little bit. The leg's going to resist. And I feel my low back in its natural curves. Maybe I straighten that other leg out. Inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and release. You could draw the legs in for a moment, and then let's rock up. We'll come to a seated position. Last couple poses that we'll finish up with. Let's do Baddha Konasana, and then we'll do maybe a couple different shoulder things in Paschimottanasana and Shavasana. So, Baddha Konasana, nice and straightforward. Feet together. Legs open. I'm going to take the hands to the feet. And from here, inhale, I'm going to pull up and take my hips forward today. And then let's see if we can focus on taking the shoulders back a little bit so the collarbones broaden. You'll see I actually pull with my hands, and then I let my hips open. If you're comfortable folding forward in this, you're welcome to. But otherwise, I want you to tip the hips forward, feel that lift of the chest. And then just pursing your legs out might be more than enough stretch. Take an inhale. Exhale, go ahead and come up with the legs. The stretch we're going to do from here, I really like this one, and it's pretty gentle, but this is a stretch for some of the connective tissue that runs from your chest all the way up to your jaw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one hand on the front of my collarbones. Middle finger's going to touch one collarbone, thumb's going to touch the other. I'm going to take the other hand on top of that, and then I'm going to put in just enough pressure to kind of grab the skin, and I'm going to lengthen the skin down. As I pull the skin down, I'm just going to lightly lengthen my throat up. And if you keep letting the throat go up, but keep pulling down a little on the skin, you might feel the stretch all the way up to your jaw. If you rotate to the side a little bit, you might feel it go all the way up to the edge. This is a stretch they give for people sometimes who have tight TMJ or other things. Let your jaw slack. And then come back to center and do it a little bit on the other side. For some of you, this will feel like nothing. For others of you, it's going to feel like the exact opposite of nothing. So it'll feel like everything. And then come back to center. Go ahead and draw the chin in, lift the head up. We'll stick on that for now. Maybe I'll throw in some others in another week's shoulder practice. Let's do Paschimottanasana and then Shavasana. Legs out. Inhale, arms up, lift the chest. Exhale, fold in and forward. Feel this pose energetically getting you a little closer to Shavasana. Inhale, pull up. Think Ardha Pashi, so you're going to look forward. Exhale, release. And then let's lie down on our backs, and we'll take Shavasana. I'm going to do seated meditation. Feel free to join me. Otherwise, lie down on your back. Imagine that you could take resting in Shavasana today towards a deeper plane. Imagine as though the whole mind itself could feel the body resting. And then the stream of thought momentarily suspends itself as your thoughts dissolve into the feeling of a body being in rest. Notice the feeling of being comfortable in your own body. And feel this moment as the fullest representation of your practice. When you're ready, let's deepen the breath, bring movement back in the edges of your body. Inhale, you can take the arms overhead, stretch out your legs if you'd like. And then exhale, go ahead and draw the knees in. Roll over to one side, rest your head on your arm, maybe pause for a moment. And then push into your hands, come up to seated. Let's close the eyes, hands to heart center and chest up to your thumbs. Feel the breath moving through your body. Feel the warmth in the space between your hands. Notice the feeling of your left hand, notice the feeling of your right hand. And observe those sensations until they become inseparable. Let's take a deep breath in. Full breath out. And our head to hands, lips into a smile. Thank you all for practicing today. Namaste. Thanks for being here, everybody. As always, I really appreciate you dropping in to join class. If you enjoyed the class, please feel free to donate to the studio. You can donate at the yogaspace.live website. Otherwise, if you have any questions for me, you can reach out to me on my Instagram, Ian LeMasters_yoga, or send me an email on my website, ip-acro.com. Again, I'm going to be adding in some of these extra classes to my normal schedule. They're all going to be themed and a little different. So if you have any requests or something you'd like to see, just let me know.